Another interruption. How am I supposed to get any work done like this? Don't answer that. Do I look as if I care what you have to say? If we are to ever get this place clean to guard Pinnacle and expand our empire, I will need absolute silence.
In time, we will rebuild this place and restore it to its former glory, minus all of the annoying humans. To think, I, a master of necromancy, trained by Kel'Thuzad himself, was reduced to nothing more than a corpse in a grave. Thankfully, my astute apprentice, Tavand, managed to find a group of heroes to recover this.
Calcula whips out his rod.
It is through the power of the rod that I was reborn. The rod giveth and the rod taketh away. Take it now and use it to empower our dark rangers battling the Wojan in the field north of us. Renew their vigor with my rod. Your objectives. Use Helcula's rod to empower 8 dark rangers. In time, we will rebuild this place and restore it to its former glory, minus all of the annoying humans. Our dark rangers search the fields for Wojan terrorists. These Wojan have been sent out by their dark masters to hunt and kill us. And though a dark ranger is a formidable combatant, the Wojan often attack in packs, which can overwhelm even the dark ranger. Search the fields around the ruins of South Shore for Bloodfang Forsaken hunters. Kill any that you see. For the Forsaken and for Lordaeron. Your objectives. Kill 15 Bloodfang Forsaken hunters. In time, we will rebuild this place and restore it to its former glory, minus all of the annoying humans. As I said, the rod giveth to our dark rangers and doth taketh away from our enemy. We should have killed Bloodfang and Silverbeam. It's a shame he still lives. It's as Jilnarub even bigger shame that we have as of yet been unable to turn Wujin into undead. Surely there is a way. Shortly before you arrived, Jilnarub Orc flew in upon a Frostwim and demanded that I direct him to where the newbies were hanging out. Uncertain as to the vernacular, I told him to fulfill his duty as a member of the Horde and deal with the Wujin threat of the area. He grumbled something about what the Locta was cooking and headed south to the docks. Ordinarily I wouldn't care about whether or not his Jilnarub Orc went missing, but I am genuinely curious about what the Locta might be cooking. Find out. Your objectives. Find Kingslayer Orcus at the ruins of South Shore in Hillspread Foothills.
Another interruption. How am I supposed to get any work done like this? Don't answer that. Do I look as if I care what you have to say? If we are to ever get this place clean to guard Pinnacle and expand our empire, I will need absolute silence. Oh my. 250? This thing doesn't go past 250. How are you still standing? You should be a puddle of goo by now. Sylvanas will be most displeased with this information. There might be some things we can do to reduce the lethality levels of the area by a few decades. But that still leaves us out by about 100 or so years. Another interruption. How am I supposed to get any work done like this? Don't answer that. Do I look as if I care what you have to say? If we are to ever get this place clean to guard Pinnacle and expand our empire, I will need absolute silence. Bring me those canisters. Excellent work, Iron Samat. You are incredibly resilient to this blight. We'll have to take you in for testing sometime.
Gasp. Help. Drowning. Gurgle. Gurgle. Help. Gasp. Orcus is drowning. Help me, quest giver Iron Samut. Glub. Dwarf threw Orcus into the water. Must not die. Gurgle. The shame would be too great. Your objectives. Help Kingslayer Orcus get out of the water. I will not survive. Gulp. Help me.
Orcus' face turns as red as his armor.
The human must have cast some type of mind-altering spell on Orcus. Orcus will explain. I tracked down the decrepit necromancer, Helcular, in hopes of getting a lead on alliance movement within Hillsprad. Helcular tasked me with finding and killing Wirgin. Ordinarily this would not be a problem for Orcus, but I had just eaten several helpings of Dirge's kick and Chimrock chops, causing my bowels to cry out in anguish. That's when the trouble began and how I ended Utgard Pinnacle in the water. Hear Orcus out, Iron Samut. Your objectives. Learn about the Stormpike rendezvous from Orcus. I will have my vengeance, but first we must heal Kasha. Kasha will fly again, Iron Samut. She must if we are to claim vengeance. Sadly, Orcus must stay here with Kasha. You must help us. I beg of you. Listen.